Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we are going to be continuing our Limbus Company character profile videos, where we're going to be talking about Faust today, her identities, and her egos. So let's go ahead and dig in. So Faust is definitely one of those units that's going to be very ego dependent, especially given that there is no 3-star form of Faust currently, although it has been teased that a 3-star form of Faust is going to be coming. A lot of the things we're going to be looking for are going to be ego synergy, specifically because 2 of Faust's egos, including the primary ego that we do have access to, are going to be AoE, which, given their low skill power, low coin power, low growth, low offense level, are still extremely powerful. The base kit only requires Gluttony 2, Pride 4. This is going to be the representation emitter from Faust. It's going to be AoE, and after the attack, it's going to heal 12 SP for all allies. It's going to be a blunt attack, which is a bonus on top of that. And then NUE, which is going to be the passive that triggers attack skill final power +2. If 10 plus turns into the battle, gain 2 protection every turn, but lower attack skill final power by 2. So very powerful, very useful. You're going to be spamming this as soon as you have it. For those of you who have actually used Faust, I am someone who actually does have Faust built and used on my team. I do tend to spam when I am running Faust this ego, because the AoE attack is just so massively powerful, and I don't have access to the secondary ego, which is only gotten through the paid battle pass because I am a free-to-play player. Now, Hexnail is going to be the secondary ego that does come with Faust. It's only through the gacha, and while I do have this, it's not an ego that I use actively. It's good, it's powerful. It's just, when I'm comparing different situations, most of the time that AoE damage from the base ego is going to be more valuable than this single target damage. Now, if I were in a boss situation and I had Hexnail, being able to inflict Pierce Fragility, Envy Fragility, and Curse would be great. Not to mention the passive, It Hurts, gives plus 10% damage for every negative status effect on the unit. This has potential to be really powerful. I've just found, though, that as I've been using Faust, or when I use Faust, I do tend to run the AoE ego a lot more. That just tends to be more accessible. It's not Envy times 6, which Envy tends to be really difficult to build up, I feel like. But I think this does have a place. I think you can use this. It's nice to have it in the kit when you do go up against bosses. But again, that AoE, good old reliable right here, always gets me through. Now, Fluid Sac Faust is accessed through the paid battle pass. The cost is pretty high. It's going to be 20 sanity, 2 lust, 4 gloom, and 3 envy. It is a blunt attack. It's going to have a skill power 16 with coin power +8. Low offensive level at 21, growth of 0.63. It is AoE. And after the attack, it's going to heal 15 SP for all allies, which is good, right? Again, very similar to the base ego. And then after attack, it's going to heal all allies for 15% of max HP. So what this really reminds me of is Sinclair's ego, a very great support ego. However, this is both support and offense capabilities, so I would say this is going to be one of the more powerful egos in the game. Of course, the only thing you're going to be competing with is trying to pull this off reliably versus being able to just run the AoE damage and heal the SP from Gluttony 2, Pride 4, which is a lot easier than Lust 2, Gloom 4, Envy 3, depending on your situation. The passive Liquid Veil at the turn start is going to apply 2 protection to the ally with the lowest HP, including self, which is great. For those of you that don't know, protection is straight damage mitigation, so this is a 20% damage mitigation essentially onto that unit. Now, Faust does have 3 forms, 1 1-star form and 2 2-star forms. The 1-star form is actually reasonably good. 2 blunt attacks and a pierce attack. 2 coins on the second and third ability, going to be mostly focused on debuffs, so landing paralysis, offense level down, attack power down. Overall, just going to be pretty good. growth of 0.57, and then an offense level of 28, a little bit on the lower end, but that's what we would expect with 1 stars. Really love the passives and the support ability. The passive for 2 pride, deal plus 10% damage against units with negative status effects. Pretty much going to be a flat 10% bonus for her. Pride times 4, 1 ally with the highest max HP inflicts 1 offense level down with attacks at a 25% chance. Not amazing, but you're going to be able to pull it off somewhat reliably. One of the drawbacks though is that you do only have 2 to 4 speed, and you do have 35 defense, which is nice. You also have some blunt resistance as well as blunt attack, so you do have some chapter 3 viability here. I tend to be losing my voice right now, which is not good. I lost it in my last video too. Lobotomy Corp Remnant Faust. Now this is going to be the 2-star version that I use, and it's pretty good. I would say it has very high offensive capability, very high growth. So you're going to tend to see this version win more clashes, also more coins, 3 and 2 on the 2nd and 3rd ability. Lots of poise. So poise on the secondary ability as well as on the passive. Primary ability is going to inflict rupture. Secondary ability is going to give poise, but more importantly, it'll give haste. And then the 3rd ability is going to be really focused on coin power plus 3 if the user took no damage last turn. Very important. Coin power plus 3, very good. We'll take it. On a heads hit, it's going to inflict 5 rupture, which is great. Now the passive at 4+ poise count, gain 2 haste. You would have to run 2 of the deep cuts abilities in order to pull this off. I don't know how viable that's going to be all the time in order to get 4 poise. The lust times 2 cost is really good. The support ability, 1 ally with the lowest max HP gains +2 defensive skill final power. I mean, are you using defensive skills? I'm not. Speed 3 to 6. Overall, just a good build here. I do use her because I do like the access to the envy. Of course, blunt resistance is going to be fatal though. And I would say, you know, between the 1-star and the 2-star, they're both rated A on the tier list. If that means anything to you, you can get away with either of them. Either of them are going to be really good for like getting off that primary ego, which is going to bring in some nice AoE damage. Then we have the Redheaded Stepchild, which I think does have the best art, the W Corp cleanup agent. And then they had to make it all bloody. Why can't we just have like, like this is a nice wholesome waifu, right? And like, why you gotta add the blood? Why can't it just be wholesome? Now, this has a lot of problems. This is going to be a charge character, so you of course look at where you gain charge. The only place you're going to be able to gain charge is going to be in the energy cycle ability, as well as gain 1 charge count after an attack if you do pull off NB times 3. Now the problem here, secondary ability is going to spend 3 charge to inflict 4 bind, which is okay. 3rd ability is going to spend 5 charge to inflict 2 attack power down next turn and inflict 3 paralysis, which is okay, but you're not going to have that much charge, which is a problem. Now the support ability, 1 ally with the lowest max HP gains +1 charge count. You'll notice her HP is 176, which is very high, so that's not going to be her. Then you have 2 to 4 speed, which is going to be pretty slow. We do have some good things here though with the 37 defense, but again, you know, fatal to blunt, so you're not going to be taking her into chapter 3. You do have offensive level of only 29. Now primarily blunt abilities is good, and we do want to point out here we do just have some good 2 coin and 3 coin, as well as reasonable skill power and coin power. But when you look at things, you're going to go back to the 2-star. I'd actually even say the 1-star is arguably better than this. You're not going to be able to reliably build that charge yet. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you think I'm wrong on this, let me know down in the comments down below. I love to hear from you guys. I love to know kind of what's going on in your head as you're watching these videos. We're almost at the end of the series for all of the character profiles, so I will catch you guys next time.